Could AI ever solve the economic calculation problem? Imagine a world where artificial intelligence could perfectly manage an economy, making decisions that benefit everyone. Sounds appealing, right? But let's take a closer look at the economic calculation problem and whether AI could ever truly solve it. The economic calculation problem, as discussed by Austrian economists, highlights a significant issue. It argues that without private ownership of production and functioning markets, rational economic calculation becomes impossible. Prices in a market economy come from voluntary exchanges and reflected the subjective valuations of countless individuals. These prices act as signals, allowing us to compare different goods, allocate resources efficiently, and guide entrepreneurial decisions. Now, if we consider the libertarian and Austrian economics perspective, we find that AI cannot solve the economic calculation problem. The core issue is that the problem revolves around the lack of market-generated prices and the dispersed knowledge embedded in them. Even the most advanced AI would struggle without access to genuine market prices. If private property and voluntary exchange do not exist, AI would have to rely on arbitrary values, which cannot replicate the dynamic nature of market processes. Let's break down some key points. First, without private ownership of capital goods, there are no markets for these goods. This means no prices to inform economic calculation. AI cannot independently generate these prices because they arise from voluntary exchanges among individuals who have their own preferences. Next, prices serve as essential signals. They condense knowledge about scarcity and consumer preferences. If there are no market interactions, AI cannot replace these signals. Additionally, the knowledge needed for economic calculation is often not explicit or objective. It is dispersed among individuals and discovered through market processes. AI cannot access or replicate this tacit knowledge without the context of a market. Moreover, economic calculation involves entrepreneurial judgment under uncertainty. This means using profit and loss signals to make decisions. AI lacks the ability to engage in this dynamic process without real market feedback. While AI can analyze vast amounts of data and simulate complex scenarios, it cannot replace the fundamental role of market prices that arise from private property and voluntary exchange. Attempts to use AI for central planning would still face the challenge of lacking real, market-generated prices and the dispersed knowledge that only decentralized markets provide. In practical terms, this means that effective economic coordination and resource allocation requiring a free market system. AI could assist entrepreneurs and consumers but cannot replace the essential functions of private property and market prices. AI tools can enhance decision-making within a market framework but cannot overcome the barriers posed by the economic calculation problem in non-market systems.